Rabbit Lives, and I'll be reading to y'all today, but I will definitely be chatting before then. So, today I went to the movies by myself, and I don't know if y'all know, but you know how I told y'all I wanted to watch, what's it called? What's it called? Obsession? Yeah. Like, it's definitely not gonna be for everybody. I really liked it. I really liked the movie, but it's kind of like a commentary on uh, what is going on. Okay, okay. All right, I'm ready. Um, but yeah, like the movie was pretty good, except like it was a big commentary. If you're um, I would say it's definitely rated R. So, but yeah, if you want to watch Obsession, it's like I feel like it's kind of scary, not gonna lie. But for me, like I cried during the movie, but it wasn't like anything like there was nothing like devil or anything like that, so I could watch it just fine. Cause that's the only kind of scary stuff I can't watch. Stuff with like Insidious and stuff. That's scary to me. But definitely I think if they released a physical version of Obsession, I would buy it. It's a very interesting commentary on like, one-sided relationships and stuff. But you know what? I'm not gonna go into too much detail about that movie because obviously um, you know, it's a little what's it called? A little graphic, but not like too bad, but still I would say like honestly, it had a lot to do with like losing your autonomy as a woman and stuff. But that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil it for y'all. For those of y'all who want to watch it, I really enjoyed it. Although it was very what's it called? Jarring at some points. If you thought about it, you have to really think about it, And then all I'm gonna say is, I hate Bear. I hate that guy. Oh, like if y'all watch it, y'all will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, F Bear. I hate him. Poor Nikki. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, and also I've been reading like at least the first chapter in every book that I have to see what I will read for y'all next because I feel like we're gonna finish this book really quickly. I mean, we're already like almost halfway through the book. And so yeah. And also like not only I really want to watch Detective Cheap, I think is what it's called. So maybe next week after I get my check, I could watch that. Honestly, I'm just a big movie person. I love movies, but not shows. Shows I feel like they take too long, to get to the point, to get to where they need to. And honestly, that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? But how do I say this? I'm sleepy again, guys. I'm sleepy again today. Woo! Um, I still haven't made the puzzle that my friend got me, but I have done the Tamagotchi one, I think. I have been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals again. I did really good with Mantis like 2 days ago, but then after that, I haven't been doing as good as I should with her, so I stick to Penny. I love playing Penny. Penny is best. Hi, Mark. Ah, wait, I don't know what that means. Oh, Ohio gozaimasu, Lizzie. I don't know Japanese. Hello, Jennifer. How are you doing? How are y'all? Are y'all doing good? Do I watch anime? Uh, I do not. Hello to your friend Gabe Owens? Sure. Hello to Gabe Owners. I don't know who that is, by the way. Oh, I'm not gonna say it faster. I know what you're trying to do. It's okay. I can just use autocorrect because I don't know how to speak English. Oh, sorry to hear that. I wish I could speak Japanese, but I can't. Um I mean, like if you were talking to me in Japanese, I'd probably try to like, communicate, but other than that, like cuz I did used to watch anime quite a lot when I was younger. But I forgot the titles. I watched like a ton of them. Uh you should watch it, like the horror movie. Hello, Kingston. Welcome back. But yeah, I just know Ohayo gozaimasu and I know oh no, I'm sorry. Lizzie. Wait, what how do they say I forgot. I forgot. I I can't watch One Piece. I tried. I watched like the first 3 seasons, but I hear there's a ton more, and I was just like, "Whoa, that's a lot." You know what I mean? Usually, I just stick to movies. But back in the day, I did watch a lot of anime. Like I watched this. If I had a Crunchyroll account, I would be able to tell you. I don't, cause back in the day, you didn't need to have an account to watch Crunchyroll. Back in the day, you could just watch for free without signing in or signing up, and it would just have a lot of ads. But I would watch it illegally a lot of the times, like on offhanded websites and stuff when I was younger, but not anymore. Yeah, I meant that you should watch it again. Oh, anime. Oh, okay. You mean I should watch anime again? When I went to my Catholic school for a hello and goodbye mass at our school, we do it all year. Well, that sounds like you had a great time. I hope it was fun. Like I watched this one about a girl who like falls in love with like a butler. I forgot what it was called. I think so they were trying to make a second season, but the writer of the manga and the script for the anime passed away, so they were never able to continue it. And they didn't finish the manga either, because I think the anime was supposed to be like a incentive to buy the manga. Oh, bye bye grade 8. Oh, aren't you happy? Like, it's kind of like a privilege to like keep going and graduate and getting better. I like Jujutsu Kaisen, my favorite, and Sword Art Online, my second. Oh, Attack on Titan. Okay. I was like, wait, I'm trying to know what these abbreviations are. Okay, My first anime I think was Sword Art Online, cause my classmates were putting it on the like big screen while I was there, and then it was like Attack on Titan, but then like we were also learning a lot about Vocaloid just because we had like anime clubs and then we had parades that we had to be in. And I was in a parade at some point, like twice for anime. No, my sister was in 8th grade. Oh, okay. Me, like, personally, like I said, only movies, but I love animated movies. You know what movie I really want to watch that I don't think I've heard anything about. Do you remember that Guillermo del Toro movie with Frankenstein, the stop motion animation that they made in Spanish? I really want to watch that, but I think it was only released in like I think it was Mexico or like some Hispanic place. Um and I mean I haven't seen it here at all, which kind of is sad because I really want to watch it. I like to say my for no reason. It means nothing. Tokyo Ghoul is so good. Oh, my friend loves that. Tokyo Ghoul. Um, my friend loves that one, and also I think, which one did she say she liked? Jujutsu Kaisen as well, and also Tokyo Revengers. I think I like to say M for no reason. That's fine, Kingston. Kingston, you keep saying M all you want, as long as you're not spamming. It is also kind of like scary and gore. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been I watch horror, so it's fine. I mean, I can only take so much too, but like, as long as it's not like the entire thing. No span time, Kingston. I will time you out. No, sir. No. Mm-mm. But what's it called? Do you watch movies or do you watch like only the anime? I've seen like all the what's it called? I've seen all the not all of them, but most of the My Hero Academia ones. Hi, Java. How are you doing? Are you doing good? We're talking about anime and movies. I really also like I really want to like own Paranorman, but not in like the rental version cuz back when I was like I think it was 2009, I think, or something like that when no, 2012 because Paranorman released in like 2012, maybe 12 or 13. Back then there was a Blockbuster and they were having a end of store sale. So like they were just gonna close the store, so they were selling everything. And I bought a rental version of Paranorman instead of like the original because it was cheaper. But I regretted it because I couldn't see the special effects. And the movie, like, I love seeing the special effects in movies. On the special features tab. Oh, it kind of is. It like torture like all the season basically. See, that's what I'm talking about. But like, honestly, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. My friend liked it, so I might give it a shot. I really like I said, I like to stick to movies because like I can support the theater businesses by like going to the movies and staying like active, seeing all these new movies. I really want to watch Detective Sheep. I hear it's like funny but also like interesting and sad. I'm kind of sad right now because something happened. Oh, I hope that whatever it is, that you're able to get past it and everything ends up being okay. But yes. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was trying to answer no in Japanese to watching One Piece, but I don't know how. I forgot that. I just know that hi means like yes, like that. But I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while. I've watched anime, but like it was been a while. I still watch animation though. I still watch animation. But like other stuff like 2D, 3D, everything. Stop motion. What Dada, do you mind if like I mean, I don't know if you want to share with the people, but if you say what it is, I mean, I hope you're okay with it. 'Cause everyone is going to be reading the chat. It's not private. Right now, I'm kind of like sensitive about certain things just because like of the movie I watched and stuff. But yeah. Like it's up to you if you want to share. That's all I'm saying. Like in terms of like anime, I also wanted to like watch Toleban Hanako-kun. Like I really like I own the first season of it. The first season of Toleban Hanako-kun. I collect the manga. I think I bought volume 7 again accidentally. But if I did, I mean like I could always like donate it or give it to somebody or even sell it or something. I don't know. I know that I have that copy then. But yeah, cuz I'm a more of a manga reader than a anime watcher. I love the art and also like so what animes? No, not animes. I mean, anime. I do have like a few My Hero Academia movies, some Studio Ghibli, some what else? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some what else? I don't know. But for manga, I have Taliban Hanako-kun, Chugotara, um, the Water Dragon's Bride, Ice Princess, I think it's called, or Sugar Princess, something like that. And then it's about an ice skating girl. She like ice skates and like she wins like, you know, awards when she just started or whatever. And then the other one is like Beast something. Then I have The Ancient Magus Bride. Um what else do I have? The Dreaming, I think it's called. It's kind of like a like horror kind of thing. And then I also have like a hmm I have more for sure. I have more. Oh, My Hero Academia. I have My Hero Academia. I have what else? Chugotaro is complete. I think it's called Sakura Princess of the Moon, something like that. Um, what else? Oh, Sakura Hime, Moon Princess, something like that. Something like that. And then Arisa, I like Arisa. Like it's like a mystery manga about like this girl whose twin like ends up in like a coma and she has to figure out who or why or what caused it. It's complete. I really like it because the twins are so different from each other, but she has to pretend to be her twin to figure out what happened. And then I think I watched Dengeki Daisy. I think Dengeki Daisy is getting an anime soon, isn't it? Maybe I'll watch that. I would love to watch that, I think. Um, what else? Kami-sama Kiss? I liked Kami-sama Kiss. It was nice. I watched the anime for that too. Um, Sugar Sugar Rune was really good too. Luckily, no, sadly, I rented it from the library and Um, they don't have it anymore. But it was a really good manga. I wish I could get it again. I think it's out of print too. Out of print. Hmm. And Sakura Hime, that one I have it almost complete, but there's like two books in there that are out of print too. So I can't really complete that one. And then let me see. What else? I would have to go back. I think I have like an office romance one. I forgot the name of it. With like a wolf and a sheep or something. Um, I have Hooky. Mm, I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them, but honestly, that's all I can remember right now. I know I have more though. And I think I like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of like things about motorcycles and stuff recently. So I'm just like trying to like work hard and save so I can get my license and get a motorcycle. But I also want to save for like movies. I really want to watch movies more often like I used to. I need to make friends though. I like in real life friends that I can like stand with and like go to the movies with cuz I don't have anyone to go to the movies with. And hold on, I have to rebreathe. Okay. And hey, yo mama. How are you doing? Are you doing good? I got that cash up you asked me for, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm tired too. Like honestly, I think it's because like I don't know. Just like every time I have a job, I get really sleepy. But that's okay. I've also been reading like the first chapter in all of my books to see what I read next. I got what? I got a Cash App. The link is in the description. But it's like I won't say it again because I'm shy about saying stuff like that. Like I don't like to ask for things. Does it like what's it called? At my last job, I had to do it a lot, and I felt really bad. I was like, "Come on, guys, don't make me ask." Uh, um, but yeah, honestly, how's your day been? Let's change the topic. How has your day been? I watched Obsession, the movie that I wanted to watch, and it was very interesting. It's a horror movie. No, 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 don't tell me. Don't tell me. I feel bad. No. It's for y'all to see and find out, but don't like get in a financial struggle for me or anything. I wouldn't want y'all to struggle like I'm struggling, you know what I mean? Like I want everyone to be in a good spot, you know? Which is why I was debating even like getting one, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, what if I ask and then like somebody gives me more than they can? You know what I'm saying? Tired. I drove all the way around town first trip, then I had to drive an hour away outside town and then work my way. But by the time 5 comes, a lot of these small tire places close. Wait, what happened to your tires? And I missed 2 steps at the end. How many they close early? Hi, Lexi. How are you doing? Oh, Myra. I hope you feel better soon. I hope that it's something that has a fix. But yeah, guys, like if I do get a cash app, don't tell me. Just like because I will feel bad. Have you seen the new movie Backrooms? I have not. Um, I think next week, if I'm able to, like if I get my check, I will try to watch Detective Sheep, I think is what it's called, with what's his name? Uh Hugh Jackman, I think it's called. He's called. Gee, hi, I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good too, Lexi. I'm out here just, enjoying chatting with everybody. This is what like makes me happy, just chatting with people. I deliver them now. I may do weddings when I really need, chica. I'm really working. I'm working real hard. I'm going to get that computer and I'm going to start streaming within a few months. You got this, yo mama. You're a delivery driver now? Me too. I deliver pizzas. Yay, I'm happy. You're doing good. This is so fun. Yay. Thank you so much, Lexi. Love the energy. Hey. What about you, Lexi? What kind of movies do you like? Like, what's your favorite movie? And also, like, recently I've been thinking about the horror movie Mama and also the movie Ferngully, which is not horror, it's a fantasy, I think, with fairies. But no, I have not seen the new Backrooms movie. I don't know if it'll be a lot of fun. Have you seen it? And if you have seen the new Backrooms movie, let me know what you thought without spoiling. I did watch The Mandalorian yesterday. It really was good. I spent money at the 4D Cineplex, but I went by myself. Same. So I watched Obsession by myself and I actually cried for like, Nikki, cuz I felt bad for her, at the end. But that's for y'all to find out when y'all watch the movie. I don't want to spoil it, and we all need those theaters to stay open so that we don't have to pay insane prices every month for Netflix or whatever. Or maybe I'll spend more every month just to support them. I mean, I don't buy the snacks. They are a little bit too expensive for me. But I at least buy the ticket. I love scary movies and like funny movies, but I really like shows like The Amazing Digital Circus. Oh yeah, I like The Amazing Digital Circus too. That's an existential horror, isn't it? I actually haven't finished it. I was in the middle of watching it on Netflix when our Netflix ran out. And TW tires. I'm going to try to make 1,000 every week. It's really easy, but I got to drive a lot versus I had to work a lot. Pros and cons to each jobs, but us Mexicans love to work respectively. Yeah, I think I'm Americanized, honestly. What's it called? I do like to work, but it has to be a job that I'm really happy with. My friend are cosplaying Gangle and Max. She's so fun to do it with me. I'm gonna be Gangle. Oh, Gangle is really cool. But Max isn't Max. I forgot who Max is. I forgot. But I know Pomni, I know Kufmo, I know who else? Jax, I know the Gummy. I think his name is Gummy, but I don't really know. Wistoria? Oops, Max. Me sorry, yellow. I like Wisteria. Also, your mama. So you're saying you got like car issues as well? Oh, for anime, you like Wistoria. I actually haven't heard about that one. It's okay, Lexi. No worries. I mean, oh, you meant Jax. Oh, my bad. Okay, so yeah, I know some of the characters, but also speaking of car issues, my car, I had an issue like with it where it would like stop completely in the middle of the road and light the battery, the oil, the engine, the brake, the literally everything. It was like a Christmas tree, right? And it would stop like it always stopped weird, right? But I didn't drive it. But one time I did keep driving it, and it would like kept going on 0 RPM. I was actually panicking. I was like, "What?" Because every time I would stop, it would go like that, and it would go, but I would have to press the accelerator full force, right? And then it would go really slow, and then it randomly speed up out of nowhere, right? Luckily, when I would turn it off, it would be fine. But yeah, apparently, when I took it to the mechanic, they said I was running my car on zero oil. Like I had no oil in my oil like thing for the oil change or whatever. Like yeah, no oil at all. I was running on zero oil. So yeah, thank God I was okay. It's like magical. Full name is Wistoria Wand and Sword. Is it about that like blonde lady who's good with the sword? Chat going to guess you drive an rabbit, right? I do not ride a rabbit. I have a Kia. No oil is a big no-no. Yeah, yeah, I learned the hard way. My car would just stop randomly out of nowhere. But now it's better. It has oil again. I have to check it once every week apparently to make sure that it doesn't run out. Yeah. I shouldn't have been driving it like that, but honestly, I've driven my car through a lot of situations. Luckily, I went to AutoZone and they said that my car was fine, like the engine was fine, the battery was fine, despite going through that. So, yeah. And I had to replace the filter too, the oil filter, whatever that means. And also the windshield wipers. It is about a guy who was born in a magical world with wands and he is born with no magic. Does he have like a scar? And is he like really strong? Oh, I think I tried watching Black Clover. My friend also likes that one. I like the opening to it. Or the ending. I forgot what it was. Where it's like, Black Clover, keep on moving straight ahead. I'll stand until the very end. I am not gonna sing it actually. I'm just like telling you the lyrics that I remember from the song, but it's a really good song. Very like when you're like, oh, I can't do it, and it pushes you to do better. But I like listening to Barbie songs when I feel like I need a little push to do something that is hard for me to do. It makes me feel powerful. Yeah. Have you seen Dan Dan Dan? I have not. I don't really watch anime like that, but I do watch movies like that. So I'm more like of a movie person because with movies, you just have to like spend 2 to 3 hours. If I am watching a show right now, it's cut into 1,000 different parts because I'm watching Hilda Huracan on TikTok in a million different parts. So yeah. There is like 6 magics, and later on he has the wish magic with his sword. He's the only one who has it. I that sounds cool. I love Dan Dan Dan. Is it the one with like the weird masks, like the lizard person? Yeah, yeah. Because I work now, if I were to watch shows, I would not have enough time to do everything that I would like to do. So like streaming and stuff like that or playing games in general. Like it's already hard to find time to play games, but I want to at least be able to chat with y'all, you know? And also so like today, every time I watch a movie, it's been like early in the day because I always stream at night for y'all. So yes. But guys, definitely if you get a car, don't drive on zero oil. You have to check your oil. Also check your brakes. Also, um check your fluids. You know what I'm saying? Check your tires. Yeah, no, like I'm serious. I'm serious. It could be rough out there if y'all don't, you know, drive safe. Oh, also like if you merge fast. Because like if somebody's giving you the opportunity to get ahead of them, I mean like come on. It's respectful, I think. As a delivery driver, I appreciate it. Oh, but yeah, guys. Oh, that happened during a delivery, by the way. When my car stopped at a busy road, like right by the highway. Yeah, that was right after a delivery. I was like, I still have to get to work. Car lessons 101. LOL, yeah. Actually, literally, um, oh, your mama left without his outro. But what's it called? Yeah, definitely. And then also like if you have a car with the eco button, it saves you gas. Just saying. You should look into it if you like magical stuff. I kind of like I think it depends on the vibes it gives because for me to really like a movie or a anime or a manga or a book, anything like that, it has to have a specific vibe. Like for example, for movies, it has to be quick and easy to digest and also like very or even if it's not easy to digest, it has to be like unique or interesting, very artsy. I like stuff that's like thoughtful but also like simple to understand. And also like for books, I like when they have short chapters. I like when they have like a specific voice to them. I'm very picky about my art, like what I intake. My driving instructor right here. No, no, I ain't no driving instructor, trust. No. But yeah, right? I mean, like, I liked Harry Potter, right? But I wasn't able to finish it. Like, I got to the third book or fourth, and I was like, oh, I can't anymore. You know what I mean? But I don't know why. I think it was like the way it was written. Like, the way, the chapters were giant, or like, it had to have been something. Because, like I said, I'm very picky. What type of music do I listen to? I listen to pretty much everything. I listen to Vocaloid. I listen to animes, animes soundtracks, so like intros and outros without watching the anime. I listen to K-pop, K-rock, J-rock, J-pop. What else? What else? I listen to classic rock, pop, disco, um 2000s music. What do y'all listen to? I listen to a lot, okay? I listen to a lot. But yeah. I like movie soundtracks too, but like on rare occasions. OMG, I love K-pop. I've been a fan since 2018. Yeah, like I think I heard my first K-pop song when I was like in well, I'm not gonna tell you my age. I'm gonna say back in like 2013, 14 around there. And I was like so my first K-pop group that I really liked was EXO. And I would listen to both groups. I would listen to the Chinese and the Korean one. And then I also listened to Shiny before Youngho died. Younghyun, I think his name was, died. And then I used to like BTS before they went mainstream. And I used to what else? Day 6. I used to listen to them before Jay left. And then who else? What? Got 7 before they disbanded. Yeah, I love Twice. I love Twice for real. Or Hazy. Have y'all heard about Hazy? I love Hazy. And also What's the guy that sings like oh, I like Dean too. I also like Benzino, and I like who else? The guy that sings like, oh, that is Dean. The one that's like, shut up and groove, shut up and groove, shut up and groove, let's get grooving. I don't know. And then like, which one else? The one that's like, I am you, you are me, I am you, you are me. Na na da na na da 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 da. I don't know. I don't know the artist, but like, and I can't sing right now, so. I love God 7 and Twice. It's my whole life and Girls Den. You know, I used to listen to Girls Den. I love Elite too. You know who I listen to a lot? 17. 17 as well as who else? I know I had another NCT. NCT 127, NCT Wavy, wait, what's the other one? NCT Dream, what's the other NCT? I know there's another one. NCT U. All the NCTs I would listen to. But also what else? Who else? Mamamoo. I loved Mamamoo. Or like the group that sang Dreamcatchers, or Secret. No, I feel like there are so many, right? There are a lot of them. Yeah, I love NCT. I still do. I have like some of their old stuff, but also like I really wanted to collect Day 6 as well. I've bought the albums before because I love physical media, but I haven't collected in a long time. And there I think there's like a K-pop store nearby, or like I think Barnes and Noble also sells K-pop nowadays. But I don't know. I have been buying important stuff as of late. My room is like a K-pop museum at this point. Yeah, mine is like multi-fandom, really messy. Mine's like books, movies, CDs, games, plushies. I collect everything, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I actually want to like improve my style. Like I want to like dress more like more fashion smart, more like, like boho, but also like goth or punk, or also like hippie-ish, mixed all together, like whimsy goth or something. But also like I want to look kind of like a cowgirl as well. So like I want all that mixed together and cowgirl vibes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that makes me crazy, but whatever. Mine is anime, full of it. Full of it. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. I used to have like a bunch of like what's it called? Like anime figures. Oh, have you seen Utano playing Sama? It's a really old, but it's like a musical, harem musical, but like girl and then surrounded by a bunch of like musical guys or whatever. But yeah, real. I switched from like goth to like cute core to like igari. So same. Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, I feel like I really want to do that. But also I want to learn how to like. I don't know if my hair is naturally like this. I feel like my ears stick out of my hair, like kind of like a fairy's, but I don't know. Or like a bunny's, I guess. True to the avatar. What's it called? So I don't know if like I mean Whimsy Goth would work with that, but like would a cowgirl one? Hello, Daniel. Long time no see. How are you doing? It's been so long. I have so many styles and not a lot of clothes. Same, actually. But I need to throw a lot of stuff away because I've had it since I was like in middle school. Like I stopped growing, for real. I stayed tiny, okay? Don't judge me. Fairy K is so cute. Honestly, like I would like to wear more like skirts and stuff, and like, uh what's it called? Those the strap shirts or whatever. Like I feel like I would look fine in it, but apparently it shows too much skin. So I'm like, ah, who cares? I look cute though. I look cute. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. It's been a long time. Like, how's school going? You passed? I think you said you had a test last time you chatted on here. And honestly, the style where like they were like I don't know. I used to want to do like pastel colors with dark colors, but also like, like how Japanese fashion has like the goopy eyes or whatever. I thought that would look cool, but I was like, maybe that's not my vibe. Maybe I'm more of a like, like I said, whimsy goth or whatever. Uh, whimsy cowgirl, whimsy goth cowgirl, whatever. Like, I don't know what others think. I look cute, so it's okay, right? But honestly, I don't know. I get shy too because I've never tried it before. I've tried some of it, but and I like how I look, but I'm like, I don't know. It's getting kind of hot. I mean, we're out here in Yeehaw town, you know what I mean? And it's about to be summer. Or it is summer, I think. I think it's summer now. Doesn't it start like in, no, it's not summer, right? Doesn't summer start like in June and then ends in like August? I'm also Garu. OMG, I have so many styles. So, honestly, whatever makes us feel like, confident or pretty or whatever, it's good. You know? We're cool. We we can express ourselves freely. You know what I'm saying? How's the day been? Uh, my day has been great. I went to the movies. I watched Obsession, and I really liked the movie, even though it had like a really dark message about losing your autonomy due to individuals wishing your autonomy to be gone so that they can be happy instead of you or whatever. Oh my god. Guys, all I'm gonna say is I hate Bear. Like, gosh. That made me so upset. Yo. But I mean, the movie was great. I would own it, but it's rated R, so anybody under 20, no watch. Okay. Yeah, like, yeah, I'm good. But honestly, like, at some point, I also wanted to get more dresses. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I haven't, like, I wore a few dresses, right? But I think it's hard to find them in, like, the style that I'm looking for, too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the movie, you have to think really deep about it. Because if you don't, you're just gonna see, like, you're not gonna get it. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get it. Yeah. It's a movie that you really have to, like, not take it at face value because if you take it at face value and you don't think deep about it, you're gonna think like Nikki is bad, but Nikki's not bad. She's anything but. She's like a victim in the whole movie. Like it's super like I don't know. In the end I cried for her, but I'm not gonna say more than that because I don't want y'all to be spoiled for when y'all do watch it. I do have to get a water bottle. I will be right back because I forgot to get a water bottle. I'm back. It's so hard for me to think when it comes to movies, but yeah, yeah, like I think a lot about movies sometimes, and then I also like watch and interpret what other people think about the movie as well to form more like a more balanced idea of what the movie is about. You know? Because I really love like thinking deep about movies, which is also why I like movies. It's because it's only 2 to 3 or maybe 1 hour of your day, and then it always has like a deeper message, or not always, but like a lot of the times it has a deeper message, and it makes you think, you know. I still watch My Little Pony, so maybe that's the problem. No, no, it's not. Like honestly, do you watch the old My Little Pony? Like from back in the day? Because they had Minty. I love Minty. That was my favorite pony, but she stopped appearing. I don't know why. And then also like the old My Little Pony was very much a dark fantasy when it first came out. Oh, you're done with school? That's good. Are you doing good? Oh, you mean like you graduated? Is that what you mean, Daniel? Friendship is Magic is also good from what I hear. Like, I haven't watched like all of it or finished watching most of it. I watched like the beginning of it and didn't get to finish it. From what I've seen people talk about and analyze themselves, it sounds very deep if you look into it well enough. I don't like the new one at all. Like, I don't like it. I still have 3 weeks of school. Wait, are you not from Oh, actually, never mind. I'm not gonna ask that online. Me, I'm done with school for now, but if I save enough money and I feel like, hey, I want to do better, I'll go to school again. I'll go to college. But honestly, I want to focus on my physical health for now. Anyone have like any idea how you could like work out at home without any equipment? But maybe like calisthenics? I don't know. Maybe that would be interesting. It would help with body control, right? It's okay, twin. Thank you. But yeah, like I really want to like get more like physically fit. You could do dance, but yeah, lol. Oh, actually, yeah. Dance sounds like it would be fun. I used to like be in theater and we would do like tap dancing and stuff or like just in general dancing. I do not know how to dance, guys. I look like a little kid dancing because I have no control or anything when I dance. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't dancing on my last day of work on my last job. That would have been embarrassing, especially with what had happened that day. Yeah, my school sucks, so we get out in 3 weeks and I can't take it anymore. Look, you're gonna be fine. I mean, you get an extra uh you get extra time, right? For your summer break, right? You said kinda? Oh, come on, guys. Come on now. What do you mean kinda? Also, guys, if you haven't done it already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But anyways, are you like, wait, I think so, but I don't really know. I'm out of school. Oh, okay, okay. You're out of school. That's good. Well, I'm glad that y'all are, all graduating and all heading towards that summer break. What are y'all planning to do this summer? I'm gonna just work and save money so I can get me a motorcycle. But I can't lift, and apparently you need to be able to lift. But where there's a will, there's a way. I want a motorcycle, for real. Y'all are so lucky. Oh my goodness. You're okay, Lexi, you're okay. School school isn't that bad. At least like I mean, Kinder is pretty bad, and middle school is pretty bad, but high school was fine. It was okay. I'm going to work on my animations because I have some many I'm doing. Animations. Oh, are you doing 2D? Or is it like, what kind of animation is it? That sounds kind of like fun. I used to want to do it. And then I had a friend and he gave me like this light box to work on 2D animation, but we kind of like got busy and we stopped like talking, right? And then like I thought about him and I was like, hey, maybe I should reach out, but I didn't, which I should stop ignoring my intuition when I think I need to reach out to somebody. Because a little bit after I thought about him like that, and I was like, hey, maybe I should reach out and ask if they want to help, you know? He passed away. I don't know from what. I don't remember. I think it was like a brain thing, brain aneurysm or something. But yeah, my friend passed away and I never got to finish learning 2D animation. You miss school? I just miss like low key. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't miss school itself, but I would definitely rather be in school than to work. What I do miss is like the social aspect of it. I miss like having a place where you could just go and hang out with people and like get to know and talk to people. Maybe I should like make something like that happen. I don't know. Maybe like a company where people who don't really have friends make friends. And like I help like, I don't know, shy people be able to like open up more and like create more intentional connections with others. I don't know. Sounds interesting. I don't know. It would require money though, for real. Oh, you said I do like drawing and then on CapCut I do the animation. It's kind of frame by frame, but also not. Actually, that sounds really cool. You said BIY? Does that mean buy? Oh, all right. All right, Daniel, if you're leaving, stay hydrated. Have a great day or night, and bye. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already. Bye bye. Also, Jaden, hi, how are you doing? Are you doing good? Yeah, right? Like, I honestly, like, the social aspect of it is what I enjoyed. So I like to, like, doing shared activities, kind of like in theater where I would, like, act in plays with them, or, like, art, even, like, sitting and eating together in lunch, or, like, what else? Like, photography, anything really. Honestly, like, we should have more hands-on science classes. I think I remember doing something like that in Mexico before I moved here. You're watching my live stream on your TV? Yay! Thank you, Jaden. I'm so behind on my animations. I have like 9 going. Oh, Lexi. I mean, as long as you finish it eventually, right? I mean, they're passion projects, right? It'll definitely make you feel. Yeah, just I'm Mexican. You didn't know? Wait, how do you know? Did I mention it? I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, but I didn't like mention it like right now. Right? Yeah, I'm Mexican. Oh, you're Mexican Dominican. That's cool. I'm just Mexican. But I live in the United States. Guys, sometimes I just talk to talk. For real. When's the next live stream? It might be like next Monday or next Tuesday. You said a minute ago you lived in Mexico and I heard the accent. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm from Mexico. You're Mexican too? Hey! Viva Mexico! Ah. But yeah, honestly, it's cool that, a lot of y'all are, Mexican as well. Like, that's interesting. I'm more Dominican, but I'm a little Mexican. I've been getting a lot of Brazilian watchers as well, and I really enjoy having Hispanic watchers, enjoy my content, as well as like from other countries as well, or like other races as well, like Japanese, and like I've also had like Indonesian, I've also had like Chinese, I've also had like Russian, Ukrainian, like I've had a lot of people watch. It's been pretty cool. Lexi. Lexi, oh my gosh. Gotta catch them all. Wait, I'm sorry, missing the live stream. It's okay, Jaden, no worries. But guys, I will have to start reading soon. I did promise y'all that I would read y'all this book in the live stream. And I've been chatting for an hour now. So, I will say this book is for young adults. So, anyone 18 and up, or even like, I would say like 17 and up, can stay to hear this. And, oh my goodness. Josiah. Hispanic people assemble! Wait. Do y'all play Marvel Rivals? How does Captain America say it? He's like, assemble! Oh, that's really cool. Wow, guys. It's a very like nice and varied community here. That makes me happy. But yeah, guys, yeah. I gotta start reading for y'all now, because I did promise I was gonna start reading for y'all. You too? Who's your main? Oh my god, I keep getting distracted. Oh no. Okay, so who's your main? Mine is for tank, it's Penny. For DPS, it's Namor, and then for strategist, I have Jeff and Mantis. All right, I gotta start reading. Okay, guys. Chapter 11. Okay, I will be reading in 1, 2, and 3. Eric said nothing further, and I did not press. Behind us, the woods echoed with shouts and the ceaseless tolling of the alarm bells. A dog began to bark, and my heart clenched. The sky was brightening now that the sun had cleared the horizon, adding urgency to our flight. The daylight was against us, making it harder to hide. I knew the arboreum was contained within the castle walls, yet as Eric forged on, it seemed endless, a spiraling scape of trees and rain and shadow. Surely we'd seen those same clumps of fir and spruce multiple times. Do you even know where we're going? I hissed at Eric through chattering teeth. Hush, you'll draw attention. That wasn't an answer. Behind us, a groaning creak of wood. I twisted to look over my shoulder and bit back a gasp. From among the trees, no, from the trees themselves, peered faces with burrows of noses and bristling dark eyebrows. Eric! I whispered. Are the trees looking at us? I did say you'd draw attention. Unnerved, I gripped his mane more tightly. Horses weren't supposed to talk. Trees weren't supposed to literally watch you. What had the magic in this country been drinking? Finally, Eric stopped beside a pair of massive firs that looked older than the castle itself. This time I slid from his back without being prompted. My feet were so cold that hitting the ground was a shock of pain. I swayed, nearly fell, grabbed his mane for balance. Eric's flanks rippled in annoyance. He shook me off. And there, between those two firs, I stared at the trees in puzzlement. They looked no different from any other patch of forest. Then I blinked and looked again. What at first glance seemed like just a darker area of shadow was, on closer inspection, a narrow, r- derelict building. Half the wood shingled roof had fallen away, revealing the edifice's bones. As shelters went, it wasn't promising. I looked at Eric skeptically. Won't it be obvious we're hiding out here? He shook his head impatiently, tail flicking. To find this place, you have to have been here first. More irregular magic. Just what I needed. And we're assuming the assassin hasn't paid this charming abode a visit before? Only 3 people alive have been here, including you and me, and the third would never try to kill me. I ignored the implication. I hadn't arranged the assassin, whether he believed me or not. I had only his word that this unknown third party was equally innocent. But I didn't feel like arguing the point. A light wind had sprung up, driving rain into my face. I was trembling with cold and didn't fancy being stared at by hostile trees. The hunt wouldn't be comfortable. Oh, the hut wouldn't be comfortable, but at least it was out of the rain. I started forward. For a moment, I felt as if I pushed against a great wind. Then, with a pop like pressure releasing in my ears, the entire building suddenly came into a clear focus. My breath hitched. An unsettling magic indeed. The building's single wooden door hung askew from its hinges. I shoved it open with both hands and stepped inside cautiously. The scent of damp straw and mildew assailed my nose. Rain poured steadily in where the roof had given way, and elsewhere a torrent of drips plunked out a lugubrious hymn. A cold drop found the back of my neck, and I shivered as it scurried down my spine. My eyes ran over rows of thin walls, fronted by half doors, most nearly rotted away. Is this a barn? It was a stable for the realm's finest mounts before the arboreum grew up. Now it's a last retreat for the royal family if the castle falls. Move aside before I step on you. I stepped out of the way as Eric pushed through the door, muttering again about the rain and mud. The doorway was a tight fit. His eyes rubbed off flakes of linen that had taken the opportunity to bedeck the frame. Inside, he shook himself with a disgruntled shudder, shedding bits of plant matter and mud. I shielded my eyes from the spray. Look in the stalls. His words were curt. Still hostile, but at least we weren't outright arguing. There are supplies, blankets and such. Probably wet and mouse-eaten, I muttered, and but I complied. This place may have housed the realm's finest mounts once, but now it would be better fit for a troop of toads. The weak morning sunlight revealed that the roof's collapse had exposed all but 2 of the stalls to the open sky. Most of the building was wet and reeked of mildew and rot. The 2 surviving stalls were in only marginally better shape. One was stacked with wooden crates, the other held a scattering of moldy straw. At least it was sheltered from the rain. I wrestled the lid off the nearest crate with difficulty. My fingers had numbed almost to uselessness. I could have cried with relief at what I found inside. The rough weave of heavy woolen fabric, the length of cloth spilled out when I pulled. A blanket. There were 2, thick, coarse, and, thank the seas, warm. I wrapped one around myself like a shawl. Give me one of those. I flung the second blanket at Eric, hoping it hit him in the face, until he apologized. I was determined to make him wish he had. Since you asked so kindly, good luck getting that on without hands. Eric huffed in annoyance. Ignoring him, I headed towards the other sheltered stall, eager to lie down somewhere dry, only to find Eric blocking my way. Move, I snapped, in no mood to pretend at courtesy. I need to sit down. He flared his nostrils at me, ears twitching. Find somewhere else, I'm taking this stall. I set my jaw. You're a horse. Horses stand out in the rain all the time. You don't need it. I deserve it, because, as you astutely pointed out, I am indeed a horse. A state which is entirely your fault. Mind your own stall. Find your own stall. My teeth hurt from being gritted so hard. There's only one that's suitable. Another astute observation. Drown the man, the horse, whatever he was. I hugged the blanket more tightly around my shoulders as a gust of wind attempted to pry it away. Let's compromise, I said, exasperated. We share the stall, and I will put the other blanket on you, since, as we have both astutely observed, you are a horse. Eric considered, his tail flicking irritably. Fine, but you'd better put it on properly, or I will kick you out. He blew out a huff of air. Archives and indices. Couldn't you have turned me into something with opposable thumbs? We wedged ourselves into the narrow stall, as far from each other as humanly or equinally possible. I draped the second blanket over Eric's flanks far more charitably than I felt, then curled into a ball in the far corner and tucked my own around myself. Gradually my shoulders ebbed, or my shudders ebbed. Everything hurt, and the straw I sat on smelled strongly of mildew, but at least I wouldn't freeze to death. No, actually, everything didn't hurt. Not as much as it should. My body ached with developing bruises, and my legs still stung with cuts from the window. But my hands, where I'd sliced myself on the smashed lantern, hurt only from the cold. I extracted one of my hands from the blanket and held it towards the light from the collapsed roof. Even in the dimness of a rain-shrouded morning, my skin was unmistakably whole. My wounds were gone, but golden lines crossed my palm like glit scars, echoing the mark from the wedding ceremony. A chill swept through me that had nothing to do with the cold. Are you hurt? Did the assassin wound you? Eric sounded hopeful. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'll live. I tucked my hand back into the blanket. Should I tell him about the marks? Ask him what they meant? For all I knew, they were a sign he'd placed a curse on me. Incredible as it may seem to you, I would prefer you remain among the living. Incredible as it may seem to you, I would prefer that you do the same. Naturally, which is why you sent an assassin into my bedchamber and transformed me into a horse. Irritation flared. I told you, I didn't send the assassin. And the spell wasn't meant for you. I was trying to save both of us. None of this is how I anticipated our wedding night unfolding. I've yet to grasp how exactly you did expect it to go. After the assassin and the curse, what was the next stage of your plan? If only Tatiana's spell had included a provision of silence. I gritted my teeth. Also, as I told you, I had no plan. My only intention was to fulfill the terms of the treaty. And had I known how insufferably rude you would turn out to be, I would have insisted the council renegotiate those terms. So you continue to deny orchestrating this marriage in the first place? That was thrice he'd said something to that effect, and this time I was in a better state to pay attention to it. I sat up straighter, frowning, to focus on him fully. I had nothing at all to do with arranging this marriage. I was selected by the Council of Nine as the most suitable candidate to satisfy your thinly veiled threats of war. My threats? I've never threatened the area. Your council was the one making all the demands. This made no sense. I'd seen the treaty draft myself, complete with Eric's seal. What demands exactly do you think the council has made? I could practically picture him taking them off on his fingers, if he'd still had fingers. Expanding the trade agreement, committing to an annual quota of purchases of adept technology, increasing our lumber and iron exports, agreeing to wed a partner of the council's choice before the coronation without even meeting you first. Wait, I interrupted. If my head spun any harder, it would roll right off my shoulders. The council didn't demand any of that. I didn't demand any of that. The insistence on marriage was all from you. Eric's nostrils flared. Why in the lady's name would I insist on marriage? My brows rose incredulously. To make a statement as a new king? To test your power by claiming a teeth from the Maria? You're a woman, not a teeth. Eric snorted. And if I wanted a teeth, why would I demand to marry you? I'd just been insulted again, but he didn't give me room to retaliate. I'm not even crowned yet. Why would my first move be to aggravate my closest neighbor with a list of demands that could easily spark a war? I opened my mouth, then closed it again. I could think of counter-arguments, but they were all as limp as wet silk. He was right. Now that I'd heard it from his perspective, forcing the treaty wasn't a logical move at all. I hardly knew Eric, not yet. But from what I'd seen of him, aside from his personal grudge against me, he didn't seem like the sort of man eager to start a fight. He had literally hidden behind a book at the welcome ball. Not the sort of action a king bent on war would take. Yet if he was telling the truth, that left the problem even more silent than Eric's new form. But if neither of us asked for this marriage, who did? Okay. Damn, that's crazy, guys. I'm gonna take a water break, and then I'm gonna continue with chapter 12. Okay. 12. Neither Eric nor I had answers, and both of us were too exhausted to continue the conversation with any fruitfulness. I was cold, damp, and aching. We'd barely survived an assassination attempt, and someone wanted Eric, me, or both of us dead. I feared for my retinue's safety, but I was all too aware that I could do nothing for them now. Showing up with a bloodied shift and a horse for a husband could only make things worse. So instead, since there was nothing more productive to be done at the moment, I curled up in the corner of the stall and attempted to get warm. It rapidly proved a futile gesture, despite the blanket. Though the building was marginally warmer than the air outside, the ground and my wet clothes sapped the heat straight from my bones. Intermittent shivers crossed through me, making my muscles cramp. Between my earlier flare, the cold, and the fact that I'd been up all night, I wouldn't be able to function even if I figured out what in the ocean's 100 names I was supposed to do about all this. Bianca. Eric's voice in my head sent my pulse spiking again. I closed my eyes, too tired for another argument. We should share each other's warmth. My eyes flew open with surprise. My face heated. Yes, we were married. If the assassin hadn't shown up, we would already be intimately acquainted with each other's bodies. But the idea of sharing his warmth felt strangely personal. Also, he was a horse. Eric sighed, with what felt like both irritation and embarrassment. You won't be much use if you make yourself sick with the chill. And you're not the only one who's cold. I turned to his suggestion over in my mind, weighing my reluctance like a new blade. There was no particular reason to refuse other than the awkwardness of the situation. If he planned to hurt me, he'd had ample opportunity already. I was shivering. He was a large, warm animal, and we couldn't risk a fire. Even if we'd had the materials to make one, I was too practical and too cold to be stubborn about it. He'd invited me. I lost nothing by accepting, not even my dignity. It was far too late to that. Fine, I said shortly. If you roll over on me, I will make you regret it profoundly. Eric huffed out a breath. I already regret this profoundly. Still, he lowered to his knees. I scooted over to lean against him. As my shoulder brushed his side, I paused, frowning. You're shivering. As I mentioned, I'm cold. But I'd seen enough of horses to know that this wasn't just the cold at work. Now that I was paying attention, I noticed how the whites of his eyes showed, how every line of his body was rigid. Temperature alone didn't cause that sort of response. Eric, I said quietly, are you all right? His voice was thick and with disdain. All right? Of course I'm not all right. I'm a horse. I winced. You're taking it surprisingly well. I'm not taking it well. His voice sharpened. I'm barely staving off panic. I have no idea whether the spell is reversible, since apparently you don't understand its workings. I can't do something as simple as open a door or pick up a blanket. I'm covered in mud. Sleeping in the cold is an indignity. And on top of that, I've just learned there's a plot to force us to marry and another plot, or perhaps the same, to have me killed. The only reason I'm holding myself together at all is that if I didn't, we'd both be dead. I bit my lip. It was true. Without his quick thinking and quick response, we'd still be in the bedchamber with the assassin. I'd taken this apparent calmness at face value, but now that his facade had cracked, it was all too easy to see what lay beneath. I knew firsthand that one could appear collected while falling to pieces inside. I leaned into his side, taking advantage of the warmth he'd offered. Eric flinched, his muscles rippling. Then, obviously forcing himself, he relaxed. Marginally. I'm sorry about the enchantment, I said, hoping he could hear my sincerity. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Eric released a heavy sigh. I'm struggling to accept that's true. Stubborn ass. No horse. I swear it by any of the virtues you like. That's that's not what I meant. I could feel him considering, reluctant to speak his mind. Is that if you're telling the truth, then I'm afraid I've misjudged you rather badly. Yes, yes, you have. And you've been horribly rude about it, too. I concede my manners have been somewhat lacking. I eyed him suspiciously. Why was he suddenly agreeing with me? This must be another trap. If you're attempting to find a reason to continue lacking manners, I refuse to assist you in your endeavors. Actually, Bianca, I'm attempting to suggest a truce. I blinked, disoriented. I thought we were exchanging the opening blows to another sparring match, and instead, he was extending a hoof? A hoof? A truce? Yes. I could practically feel Eric rolling his eyes. It's a mutually beneficial agreement in which we agree to stop fighting each other, at least until our lives are out of immediate danger. I know what a truce is, I retorted, in a decidedly belligerent tone. Then I checked myself, reconsidering. I was still suspicious of Eric, and begrudging. Even if his suggestion wasn't underlined by nefarious motives, after how he treated me, I was reluctant to let him move past his rudeness so easily. But then again, I had accidentally turned him into a horse. Perhaps that was retribution enough. For now, a truce, after all, was temporary, and it would be easier to resolve the rest of this disaster and figure out who was behind the assassination attempt if Eric and I weren't sparring the entire time. Very well, I said finally. In that case, I will attempt to agree to your truce whenever you manage to actually offer one, provided you don't take my acceptance as permission to resume said lack of manners. Eric snorted. I offer you a truce, wife. We work together until we've lifted the curse and determined who wants us dead. I accept your truce, husband. I was still wary, but I was too tired to keep fighting. And despite his boorish behavior, it was becoming clear that he wasn't the enemy I'd taken him for. I folded my arms. I would suggest we shake on it, but your hooves are filthy. That's not my fault. Never mind whose fault it is. Are we agreed? Fine, agreed. A beam of morning sun filtered through the clouds, illuminating the floor of the stable. The rain was finally petering out. The air was warming. No, I was warming, thanks to Eric's heat. My shivering had subsided, and between his warm bulk and the blanket, I could almost pretend to be comfortable. I should make a plan, figure out how to reverse Tatiana's spell, get safely back into the castle, and determine who had sent the assassin and how they had slipped past Julieta and my guards, and whether my retinue was all right. Please, please let them be all right. But the warmth was compelling, and my exhaustion bone deep. I allowed myself to lean against Eric and close my eyes, just for a moment. Hey, wake up! A boot was nudging my leg, quite insistently. I mumbled a protest and pulled the blanket closer. Surely it wasn't time for Julieta to rouse me yet. I'd barely slept at all. Steel scraped. The sound brought me fully awake in an instant. I sat up in a rush, my eyes flying open. Noon sun shafted through the stables. Its diffuse beam illuminated a human figure standing over me, drawn sword in hand. The assassin. They found us. I was moving before my thoughts caught up with my actions. I rolled away from Eric, leaving the blankets behind in a rush of cold. My hand scrambled through the rotting straw for a fistful of dirt, which I flung at my attacker's eyes. My opponent stumbled back, cursing roundly in one of the Say dialects. My training in foreign tongues hadn't included the common terminology of overseas tavern brawls, but to judge by how vehemently the person was swearing, some of the dirt had gotten into their eyes. I scuttled out of range, scanning my surroundings for a weapon, perhaps a rock, or if I could get behind the assassin and twist the blanket around their throat. Stop! Eric surged to his feet, one hoof slammed down scant inches from my bare foot. Don't fight her. It's Myra. Maria? It took me a moment to place the name, the woman Lord Varin had pointed out at the welcome ball. Eric's captain of the guard. His lover. That's Captain Di to you, the woman spat in Gildan, rubbing fiercely at her eyes. Tears streamed down her cheeks. She didn't sheath her saber. Where's Eric? No one else could have shown you this place. Maria. The horse took a careful step towards her. more carefully than he'd moved around me. It's me. I know this is a shock, but answer me, Maria demanded, cutting him off. Or I swear I'll run you through, Duchess or not. She looked more than capable of following through on her threats, and I didn't have a blade of my own at hand. Eric's right here, I said, answering in Gildan. I kept my voice cool, collected. Wow, I read that so wrong. Eric's right here, I said, answering in her Gildan. I kept my voice cool, collected, as if this were an ordinary appointment at court. Didn't you hear him? Her dark eyes narrowed. They were bloodshot from the dust. Don't try my patience. The only reason I haven't run you through yet is because Eric is the only one who could have led you here. You'd better tell me where he is if you value keeping your guts intact. I addressed Eric without looking at him, wary of the sword in Maria's hand. Tell her, husband. Maria, Eric began again. I'm right here. I'm the horse. There you have it, I told Maria. From the horse's mouth. Her saber slid up to point at my throat. I won't stand for mockery. Not when Eric's missing. Where is he? Bianca, said Eric. I don't think she can hear me. I didn't dare look at him. Not with the sword only one move away from my jugular. I was coming to that same conclusion myself. What conclusion? Maria demanded. Tell me what you've done with Eric, or I'll run me through. Yes, I gathered that distinct impression. It hadn't escaped me that she'd used Eric's first name, not his title. If I'd needed proof of Lord Baron's ballroom insinuations, I had it now. I examined the woman's face, trying to decide which approach to take. She seemed approximately as flexible and persuadable as a granite boulder. Courtly manners would get me nowhere except the business end of her blade, which, as she'd already informed me, she was zealously eager to use. Eric's the horse, I said, opting for bluntness. He's been trying to tell you so himself, but apparently you can't hear him. Maria's eyes narrowed to a blade's edge. You expect me to believe that this horse is the king of Gildenham? Well, he's not officially the king yet, but he is my husband, as of last night. When is the coronation again? In a week? 6 days. Oh. 6 days, Eric corrected. At the equinox. Keep your facts in order, wife. Maria's blade lowered ever so slightly. She stared at me as if she couldn't decide whether I was addled, dishonest, or both. I swear it's the truth, I said. By archetypes and indices, or whatever it is you swear by around here. Maria's eyes widened. That's Eric's phrase. She glanced at the horse and then back at me. But if that is really Eric, then why is he a horse? It was the assassin's fault, really, I said. They broke in and tried to kill us both. A spell went awry. Here we are. You're leaving out a stupendous amount of detail, Eric reprimanded me. Hush, she's pointing a sword at my throat. I'm a bit distracted. Maria said, incredulous. And I'm supposed to believe you're talking to him now. Believe whatever you like, I countered. But I certainly wasn't talking to you. In fact, I'd rather not. You're quite welcome to leave. Don't offend her, Eric said. She's here to help us. To help you, maybe. Not me. Unless her idea of helping me constitutes putting a hole in my throat. Which, for the record, I would not regard as help. Maria finally lowered her blade. Her free hand came up to rub at her brow, as though she were trying to erase a headache. I'm getting dizzy trying to follow this. Fine, let's say I believe you, and Eric has been turned into a horse. She gestured skeptically at Eric. Prove it. Have him tell you something nobody else would know. No one except Eric and me. I sighed. I was not particularly keen on knowing what secrets the man I'd married shared with his lover. Well, I asked Eric. Her favorite tale is the story of the Wildwood Crown. Tell her we used to read it together behind the drapes in the library. She'd pinch her nose so she didn't sneeze and get us caught. At least it wasn't an anecdote about her preferences in bed. When I relayed this information to Maria, the tension finally went out of her sword arm. She looked wide-eyed at Eric, as if seeing the massive horse for the first time. It would have been the perfect opportunity to attack, if only I had a blade at hand. Well, rotted to the roots. She rubbed her brow again, then turned on me so sharply that I flinched. Turn her back, then. Whatever it takes. I can't, I said, exasperated. We've already been over this. Tell him. Wait. He can understand me? Yes, Eric and I said at the same time. Though, of course, Maria could only hear one of us. She turned back to Eric. You're needed at the castle immediately. It's a disaster. Half the court is convinced you've been murdered. The other half that you've been kidnapped. It took me this long just to get away without anyone noticing. She paused, pinching her nose exactly as Eric had described. By the lady. I can't believe I'm talking to a horse. This had better not be a joke at my expense. Murdered? I cut in. They found the assassin, then? Not exactly, Maria grimaced. From what I've gathered, there was a commotion, and someone alerted the night watch. When they gained entry to Eric's chambers, they found a broken window, a knife of the Marian make, and blood staining the bed and floor. Lots of it. I frowned, trying to parse the events in Eric's bedchamber. Well, we broke the window getting out, and I suppose the assassin could have dropped the knife. But the blood, that doesn't make sense. I cut my hand, but it was only a few scratches. It's a setup, Eric cut in. Someone wants to make it appear that the assassination attempt succeeded. I turned on him. You're saying that someone wants to make it look like you're dead? Exactly. Then they must have a reason. I grasped on to the politics of a situation as something I could comprehend. Claiming the throne, perhaps, or pinning the blame on someone else. You, Maria interrupted. She apparently managed to follow the conversation's turns despite being unable to hear Eric. I turned back to her. What about me? You did it, she repeated. That's the general conclusion. Most of the castle thinks that you murdered Eric. The earth swayed under me. I didn't want to believe Maria, but it made perfect sense. As far as anyone knew, I was the last person to have seen Eric alive. A wedding night was the perfect opportunity for a would-be assassin, or a regicidial wife, to get him alone and unarmed. Especially if the Gilding Court believed, as Eric had, that the Council of Nine had demanded our marriage, and a number of other concessions besides. The evidence began to pile into mountainous proportions. The irony, to my parents, I was a weakling excuse for a daughter, but to the Gilding Court, I'd become a queen ruthless enough to murder my own husband. I hadn't killed Eric. He wasn't even dead. But no one knew that. No one aside from Eric, me, and now Maria. And maybe the assassin, if they had seen Eric transform. But I somehow doubted they were going to come forth and say so publicly. I struggled to focus my thoughts. So I'm being framed for a murder that didn't happen. Where does everyone think I am? The most popular theory is that you've fled back to Demaria, Maria said. No one knows for sure, aside from me, of course. Your retinue has been taken in for questioning. Catalina, Giulietta. My throat tightened at the thought of them thrown into a prison cell, perhaps even tortured for information, especially after how cold I'd been to Catalina the last time we spoke. We have to get them out. We'll go back to the castle, explain what happened, tell them that Eric isn't dead. He's just a horse. I trailed off. I'd had enough difficulty convincing Marius, Eric's own lover, of his identity. If I showed up in a blood-stained dressing gown claiming that I'd turned my husband into a horse, the court would think me insane at best. At worst, I would confirm their suspicions that I had actually murdered their king. I would be an invader trying to claim the Gilden throne after dispatching its rightful heir on my own wedding night. It won't work, Eric said, echoing my thoughts. They won't believe I'm alive unless you can turn me back into a man. They'll just arrest you too. Or worse. I set my jaw. Then we have to turn you back. Immediately. Be my guest, Eric said, sardonic. Anytime you like. Isn't there something you can do? Maria asked. She was toying with the hilt of her saber again, in a manner that made me itch to take it out of her hands. Not that I would be foolish enough to try. Anything you haven't attempted? There were plenty of things I hadn't attempted, as many as stars in the sky. Turning cartwheels, for instance. Beating on pots and pans while chanting hymns to the virtues. Dressing Eric in human clothing. Sticking a crown on his head, and pretending everything was normal until perhaps it was. All of those seemed equally as likely to succeed as me continuing to try magic, since, after all, I knew how this curse worked as well as a birdfish knew the waltz. But I knew someone who did understand it, someone who had crafted the spell in the first place. I closed my hand around the locket. Maria, I have an idea, but I need your help. I have to get a message to my sister. Should I read 13? Hi! Hello! Junechip, Jaden, and Clifton, how are y'all? Alright, Lexi, have a great day or night. Stay hydrated, and please don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and bye! Alright, guys, so I'm debating reading 13 too, but I'm not sure because it's not 10 yet. Or I could chat. Would y'all like to chat? I also could read the 13th chapter, because it's getting pretty good. Let me see. I'll go ahead and read it. I hunched my shoulders, keeping my head down, as I followed Maria through the castle walls. I should have been glad to have some distance from Eric. We'd left him in the Aurorium's derelict stable half an hour or so before, but my relief was tempered both by Maria's ill-humored presence and the risk of being caught. I changed my blood-stained dressing gown into a shirt, jacket, and trousers Maria had unearthed from another box in the stable, so at least my attire didn't draw attention. But my visage was all too exposed for anyone to see. And the entire court had gotten a long look at my face during the wedding yesterday. Hard to believe it was only yesterday. The alarms had mercifully ceased along with the rain, and the afternoon bells for 3 o'clock were chiming now. Less than 24 hours since I'd married Eric, but it felt like an eternity. Maria stopped. So suddenly I almost ran into her and held out a warning hand. I peered over her shoulder in time to see a duo of castle guards march by, halberds braced across their chests, no doubt searching for me, Gildenim's evil queen to be. I hastily ducked behind Maria, wishing she were taller. The guards walked past without looking in our direction. I let out a sigh of relief as the echo of their footsteps faded. Ludicrous, Maria muttered. I'm hiding from my own soldiers like some sort of criminal. She scanned the corridor and waved me on. I scuttled after her, clinging to the shadows as tightly as a spider to her web. We passed 3 more patrols on our way to our destination, and I was grateful for Maria, even though the feeling clearly wasn't mutual. Without her quick reactions, we would undoubtedly had been caught. I didn't even know my way through the castle's halls. I could all too easily have walked straight into the guards' ready hands. The ambassador's suites were on a separate wing, in a part of the castle I hadn't yet seen. The hallways here were decorated to pay homage to other nations, hung with ceremonial banners and artwork in the bold and colorful styles of the Mobolan Alliance. The flowing lines of the Say Empire's many member states, and the jewel stones of my own country. My steps slowed as we passed an image depicting the virtue of strength. In this version, a woman with her hand resting on her chest and a knowing smile on her face. My hand drifted to my own chest, where the locket rested above my heart. I sent a quick prayer to the virtue to bless me with that same quality. I certainly needed it now. Keep up, Maria hissed, before I changed my mind about all this. I expected Maria to lead me directly to Ambassador De Paz's door. Instead, she abruptly veered into an alcove ducked behind the Demarian flag hung on the wall and disappeared. I followed and found a hidden passageway behind the banner. Maria pressed herself flat so I could slip past her, then slid a panel shut, concealing the entrance. The narrow aisle was barely wide enough to walk through without my shoulders brushing against the walls. It was clear of dust and cobwebs, indicating frequent use. Intrigue and anger wrestled for dominance at the revelation that the Gildan Castle had spy passages leading to its ambassador's chambers. Would Eric have ever informed me of their existence if the assassin hadn't forced matters? Maria made a preemptive shushing gesture and slid past me. Her footsteps were as quiet as a still night. She'd clearly used this spyway before. Murmurs of conversation drifted from both sides as we moved down the passage, sometimes accompanied by pinpricks of light from spy holes. I caught a few words in one of the Mobolan languages, a snatch of say in the formal register. It wasn't just the Demarian ambassador the court was spying on, it was all the diplomats. Perhaps that should have made me feel better. I wasn't certain it did, though perhaps my indignation was hypocritical. While I'd never engaged in espionage myself, Demaria's noble houses were infamous for their private networks of intelligence. Knowledge was power, my mother liked to say, and blackmail was control. I wondered what she would have made of the assassination attempt. Knowing my parents, they would already be fully confident of who was behind it had they been in my place. Finally, Maria stopped and pressed her ear to the wall. She listened in absolute stillness for several long moments. Then she peered through one of the peepholes, her eyes narrowed against the brightness of the room beyond. A thin silver of light illuminated her iris, making it glow like dark amber. Apparently satisfied, she twisted a small lever in the wall. A panel slid aside, dropping a shaft of light into the spyway. Maria stepped through the opening, and I followed. I emerged into a sitting room stuffed to the brim with an electric array of ornaments. Oh, eclectic array of ornaments, vases, and statuary. Much of it infused with the deep blue of Damaria. In the midst of the clutter, Ambassador Evita de Paz sat at a writing desk, overflowing with papers, quill in hand. He rose to greet us, looking rather less surprised than I'd expected him to be at the sight of two women emerging from the wall of his private chambers. Your Grace, he greeted me in Demarian, bowing. Think the seas you're safe. Are you well? My thoughts were my thoughts went straight to my condition, but for once it wasn't my primary complaint. Lacerations from the window glass burned on my shins. A dozen bruises were making themselves known, some in inconvenient places. I curled my hands, remembering the strange golden marks from the shattered lantern. I'm well enough, I hedged. Evita's shoulders relaxed ever so slightly. Virtue's mercy. I'm afraid I don't have proper refreshments to offer you, but perhaps you'd care for some wine or hothouse oranges. Maria glowered at him before I could answer. You knew about this passageway. I'd surmised its existence, yes. If Maria was brewing a storm, if it was a torpid summer day. Some of your people are less discreet than others, and I always know exactly where I left my things. Would you like to sit? We can't stay long, I cut in before Maria could offer to impale Evita too. Ambassador, I need your help to get a message to my sister. He raised his brows slightly, inviting me to go on. I take it you're aware of what happened this morning. Evita's lips thinned. He flicked a look at Maria. I've heard the rumors, but there are guards posted at the door of these chambers. They dissuaded me from investigating the matter in as much depth as I desired. Maria and I both glanced at the door. I lowered my voice. I'll be brief, I said. There was an assassination attempt in the royal bedchambers at dawn. I fought the attacker off, but they evaded capture. The heir apparent and I escaped out the window and found a safe place to hide, but he's now in an unfortunate condition. Evita's eyes focused on my face, as intent as a scholar reading a rare text. The heir apparent. Is his life in danger? I hesitated, considering how much to tell him. Despite Evita's position and my reliance on his help, I didn't want to explain the full situation. If word of what I'd done got out, even if it became common knowledge only after the spell was reversed, which, virtues help me, Tatiana could accomplish quickly, it could wreak considerable damage. I knew how rumors spread, whispers of flame that appeared as harmless as candles but turned into an all-consuming blaze. And if the news reached the wrong ears, especially while the assassin was still at large and whoever had sent them could all too easily dispatch another. No, I would not tell the ambassador, or anyone who didn't absolutely need to know, that I had accidentally turned my husband into a horse. He's in no more danger than I am, I said, but we'll both be hiding in for a few days, until the assassin is caught and we learn who they're working for. In the meantime, I need to send a message to my sister, one that won't be intercepted by Gildan intelligence. I believe this is something you can help with, Ambassador. Of course, Evita said at once. He'd been sending sensitive messages to the council for years, including the terms of the treaty that brought me here. My request was simple by comparison. He slid another glance towards Myra. Would you like me to encrypt it? Though Maria wasn't who I was worried about, the offer was tempting. Another assurance that my message would not be read by the wrong eyes. But it would mean letting Evito read the message in full, as I didn't know the codes well enough to write an encrypted message myself, and it would take too much time. We'd already dallied long enough. That won't be necessary, I said. I'll use my personal seal. I trust you to take the greatest care of it. There was a warning. There was a warning in my words. If Avito heard it, it didn't affect his composure. He stepped back, gesturing to his desk. Everything I have to offer is at your disposal. I chose a piece of vellum, worn thin from multiple scrapings, and penned a quick note to Tatiana, explaining in brief that her defensive spell had gone awry and I needed her help to reverse it. I would meet her at the border and tell her the rest in person. There was an inn commonly used by messengers fraying international correspondence only a few miles from the actual boundary. She would know the one. I paused before signing the note, wondering whether to be more detailed. If I told her I was bringing Eric in horse form, she might be better prepared to help me. A droplet of ink fell and splattered on the vellum. I set the pen aside and blotted my message. I'd taken long enough already. It was Tatiana's spell. My sister was as clever as she was unconventional. She would figure it out. She had to. I folded the note over, dripped blue wax over it from the stick Evito had ready, and sealed it with Tatiana's locket. The impression gleamed up at me from the cooling wax. A blooming lily. A simplified version of my house's sigil. Something my sister would recognize. I handed the letter to Evito. I'm going to be leaving the castle for a few days for my personal safety. Can I count on you to keep me updated of any developments here? The ambassador took the missive, inclining his head. As always, Your Grace, I am at House Liliana's disposal. The castle correspondence will be watched, Maria cut in, scowling. They'll check all the outbound messengers, and they have hawks for pigeons. How precisely are you intending to send it? Evita gave her a withering look. My dear, I was handling sensitive messages before you could even talk. Maria glared. Judging by her expression, she would have been glad to skewer the ambassador right then and there. I'm not the one who will be outgoing messages. You pump bucket. My king's life is at stake here. I deserve to know how you're planning to. The Marian secrets and magic are both proprietary, Evita said, his own composure unblemished. Look to your own jurisdiction, Captain. I'm sure Ambassador De Paz can be trusted to handle the correspondence, I said hastily, trying to smooth things over before Maria erupted. You could even give him messages yourself, Captain Dai. A look passed between Evita and Maria that told me, without a single word being uttered, that she would rather cut off her own thumbs and hand them to him on a string. It will be taken care of, Evita said. Your Grace, will the heir apparent be accompanying you? I hesitated. As ambassador, Evita ought to be my close ally in the castle. But he was also deeply immersed in the Gildan court, which meant he had his own interests and alliances. I trusted him to send a discreet message, but I wasn't sure how much I trusted him to keep his mouth shut. Relations between Gildenheim and Demaria had been anything but tranquil of late, and a single wrong word could wreak more damage than a cannonball. No, I said. He's staying hidden on the castle grounds. We should go, Maria said, before someone thinks to search these chambers. Already done, Avito said, his lip twisting. If his room had been searched already, We had a little more leeway than I thought. But Maria was right. Time was not a luxury we had to spare. Thank you, Ambassador, for everything. I must be on my way. Maria was already heading back towards the spyway entrance. Evita took my hand and bowed over it. Be careful, Your Grace. His eyes held a warning. Don't let your guard down. Maria made an impatient sound. I withdrew my hand from Evito's. I never do, I said, and followed the captain of the guard into the darkness. Alright, guys, that's it. That's all I'll be reading for today. Yeah, oh my gosh, it's getting so crazy in the book. What have y'all been saying since I came back? Welcome back, Josiah! A fake person, hi! Hi! Bro, oh, I have been here so long, 2 hours. I have, or three, I don't know, for real. If you started a live stream and someone was saying bad words, what would you do? Me? Yes. Well, me? I would tell them to stop, and then if they didn't, I would put them on timeout. Oh, by the way, I'm done reading, guys. I think it's getting crazy. I think she likes Evito. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Yeah, I am back. I have work early tomorrow though. I will tie it until 10:10, and then I will, go ahead and head out. Uh but guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to leave a like, okay? Or subscribe if you haven't already. If you like what you see, but only if you like what you see. What did y'all think about the story? Usually my streams don't really last this long, I think. Or maybe they do. Usually I stop at 10. Can I tell you something? Yeah, you can tell me something. What would you like to tell me? Where do you work at? Oh, I can't tell you that. No, that's too personal. Honestly, that's just me being honest. Yeah. Like I'm trying to like stay as anonymous as possible. So honestly, I can't really share that. Yeah. No, you there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, now you know. I'm not upset or anything. I'm just letting you know that I can't share that. It's normal human communication. But personally, me like I only ask that to people who I'm like really like close to or trying to get to know better. I can't tell you what I do. I do deliveries. I deliver pizzas. I had a different job, but I had really weird experiences with people. Yeah. Are y'all like in any clubs or doing anything fun this summer? Summer school? Are y'all passing? I hope y'all are passing though. I went to the splash pad. What does that mean? You mean like Splash Town? I've only been there once. Oh, you think it was fun? That's great to hear. I haven't been to a water park in a long time. Actually, I can't even swim, for real. Can you swim? You can? That's good. That way y'all can like, stay safe if there's a flood. I'm short and I can't swim, so a double problem out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I fell asleep. Wow, I'm tired. Sorry, Bunny Rabbit lives. Voice so calming. It's okay, yo mama, no worries. I thought you had left. I was like, oh wait, I didn't give him an outro or anything. I said, oh no. But it's okay. It happens as long as you like as long as it made you rest well or like feel better or anything, like that's all that matters. I'm glad that I was able to help you sleep then. That's also kind of like what I want this stream to do. I want it to help y'all sleep as well. So like that's why I'm like chatting with y'all at first and then I'm like, okay, I'll read a story to y'all so that y'all can sleep. You know? Oh, okay, you need it now, your mama? Okay, so your mama, thank you for stopping by. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day or night and stay hydrated and bye, your mama. I hope you learned to swim. I hope I learned so too. I think I think I might eventually. Like cuz I am saving to do all this stuff. You like when I read? That's glad. Like I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, guys, you know what? I'll just go ahead and end it here. Actually, you're right. Um for everyone now, y'all stay hydrated. Have a great day or night. Leave a like, to comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And bye. Wait. It's only 2 minutes. Is it like 2 minutes to 10? Oh, 1 minute actually now. And goodbye.